Hey there guys, it's John here with the Flickpick channel, and it's that time of the month again. I guess that could be construed into a few other meanings. Anyway, last week was my birthday, and as a present to myself, I went out and blew a whole bunch of money on Blu-rays and movies, just to feel a little bit better about myself, and also because no one really understands my taste. My girlfriend got me this t-shirt here, and yeah, I have a girlfriend, surprising, I know. You know, I'm not really sure what color to call this. I think I'm going to call it Justin Bieber Blue. I don't think I can pull this off. Alrighty, first we're going to start with the Blu-rays. I got a ton to share with you, then we'll jump into the DVDs. First up, I got the Batman Anthology on Blu-ray, and you know, I debated getting this for a while, and I figured I only owned two of the original movies on DVD, so what better reason and excuse to buy the Anthology here. I bought this thing on Amazon for, I think it was like $30, and that's not bad seeing how you get 4 Blu-rays with it. You know, you get the original Batman here, classic, great. And you get Batman Returns, which in my opinion was my favorite of the Tim Burton ones. I don't know why, but I would take Danny DeVito's Penguin over Jack Nicholson's Joker any day. I think he did a better job. You know, poop on me for it, but Danny DeVito gave that everything he had. Then you get into the Joe Shoemaker, we're going to call him asshole because he doesn't know how to direct a Batman movie. And you get Batman Forever, which, okay, you know, it was entertaining. I remember watching it when I was younger in the theater and being slightly let down, but, you know, fine. And then you get into this piece of shit, and everyone understands why this is a piece of shit. It's so bad, it's funny. You have Arnold Schwarzenegger, which I think was the most comedic thing I've ever seen him do in his life, with all his quippy one-liners that relate to ice. Chill. I actually sound like a deaf person trying to talk. No offense, but I really do. Hasta la vista. Actually, he doesn't say that. In this little box here, it's kind of odd, a little bit bizarre, but it's kind of hard getting them all in there. That's what she said, huh? I'm a piece of shit. But picture quality-wise, I wasn't too impressed with any of these movies. The first one actually was okay, but for the other ones that were made in 95 and 97, wasn't too impressed. It didn't really look that great. But it's a nice little package. Next up, we have one of the coolest movies I bought in a long time, and it's Taxi Driver. And this Blu-ray edition, I mean, look at this thing. This is perfection right here. I watched this Blu-ray last week, and you know, it's $13 at Walmart. You can't beat the price. I mean, look how thick it is. This is one of the highest, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is one of the highest resolution transfers they've ever done, and it's called, I think, the 4K process. You see that window up there? You see the silhouette? To the window to the right, stupid. Yeah, that's my wife. But you know what? That's not my apartment. You ever see what a 22 can do to a woman's? You know, if I was Travis in the cab when he asked me that, I think I would have said no, but I'd like to. I almost bought this movie on Walmart.com. I almost bought it on Amazon numerous times, and the price was just never right. And I walked into one of my pawn shops, and that's why you guys got to make pawn shops a routine. You got to go every week, and you got to stick with it if you want to find anything good. I found Back to the Future, the Blu-ray trilogy, and I found this for $20, and you can't beat that price. Just one of the classic trilogies of all time. When you think about fun movies and just eating popcorn, this is one of the movies that come to mind to me. 1.21 gigawatts! Number 1 was great looking. Number 2 actually stood out to me. I don't know why. I think the picture quality of number 2 just was a few notches above number 1. And number 3 I haven't got to watching yet. And, you know, it was kind of always the mediocre one in the trilogy, but, you know, still a great movie. Yes, the only bad thing about this is, I'm sure you guys have heard it on the YouTube before, but, the discs that you take out of here are fucking, it's stupid how they put them in there. You gotta wiggle them, you gotta shake them, you gotta hang upside down, and then you're scared you're gonna snap the goddamn things in half. So, I'm on edge every time I take one of these movies out to watch it. But you know what? It's worth it. It's Back to the Future, damn it. You can take my Blu-rays, but you can't take my freedom. That was my impression of an Irishman. Anyway, I got Braveheart with Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson, he's a badass. It's a great, epic movie. I mean, just the picture quality. I mean, it's great. The story's great. The battle sequences are just fucking awesome. So I had to get this one, and I already owned it on DVD, but you know what? It was worth the upgrade. It was like, this movie was like $8 at a pawn shop. How are you going to beat that? Next up was a double dip I don't mind, and it was The Incredibles on Blu-ray. I got this thing at Best Buy for I think about $15, and I did use the $10 off coupon that they had on Disney.com for it. And I've watched a few minutes of this so far, and just one of my favorite Pixar movies of all time, and the only one rated PG. But great movie, picture quality is amazing, and I actually own the DVD of this, but I own the full screen version of it, and you know, if I was going to upgrade one Pixar movie to Blu-ray that I already own, this was the one I wanted anyway, so everything about this is perfect. I love the movie. Pixar, you can't go wrong. Next up, Tron Legacy. This Blu-ray, I'm going to tell you this first, it looks incredible on Blu-ray. Just it has a lot of dark tones in it, but the colors that do pop out, you know, you got the orange stripe here, you got the dude. You know, tell me what you guys thought about that de-aging process of Jeff Bridges in there and the complete CGI head thingy they had going on. I don't know, I thought it looked terrible. But anyway, I seen this movie in theaters, and you know what, I thought at the time when I was watching, I was like, okay, it's kind of mediocre. But then I watched it on Blu-ray when it came out, and I liked it more. This movie was really cool. I will say the first half is way more fun than the second half, but that's not to say the second half's bad. The light cycle fight, fucking epic. Olivia Wilde, oh my god, the things I would pay to do to her. Anyway, let's move on. And also, another pawn shop find was Fight Club. I already own the DVD of this, and I'm telling you, I've been upgrading a lot lately. Some movies just deserve that higher picture quality, and this is one of them, which looks great on Blu-ray, by the way. One of my favorites, Edward Norton, Brad Pitt. This movie, I don't know why, I feel like this movie is going to be timeless throughout the years. I feel like another 30 years from now, people are going to watch this, and it's still going to be relevant. You know, and if I had to sum this movie up in 2 words, it would be bitch tits. If you've seen the movie, you get the joke. Next up, one of my favorite movies of all time. I had to upgrade from the DVD. I just had to do it. It was $13 on Amazon, and it was The Shawshank Redemption. And Andy Dufresne, it's got red. You know, it's got the sisters in it. They pound Andy Dufresne like he's a piece of raw meat. But you know what? It made for a great film. The picture quality in this, I only watched a few minutes of it just to see how it looked, and you know, to be honest with you, I wasn't that impressed with the picture quality on it. It did look way better than the DVD, but you know, it didn't look as good as I expected it to. I don't know, maybe I'm hoping for too much, but Tim Robbins, Morgan Freeman, great movie, and anything with Morgan Freeman doing narration, and it makes it good, except for the bucket list. Alright, as many of you know, Walmart's having $6 Blu-rays, and I'm telling you, they're Blu-rays that are worth $6, so don't get too enthusiastic about it. But I did buy 2 of them, and I bought Hard Rain with Christian Slater and, once again, Morgan Freeman. And, you know, I had to get it for Christian Slater. I remember seeing this movie like once on HBO years ago, and I'm going to have to watch it again because I don't remember too much about it. I remember Randy Quaid on a jet ski. You know, after I said that, I almost don't want to watch it now. But yeah, you know, $6, whatever. I don't remember the movie. I don't own it yet. Who cares? I had to buy it. And next I got... Before I get into this, I'm going to say this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. And if you like it, let me know below and explain why you like it, please. It's Cutthroat Island. And, Jesus, what the hell? It's got Matthew Modine, it's got Gina Davis in it, and, it was just terrible in every way. And it wasn't like that fun, corny, terrible, you kind of like the Pirates of the Caribbean kind of have going on. It was just bad. There was no artistic direction in it. And this movie flopped so hard, the company that actually was producing it had to file bankruptcy. Yeah, this movie's just terrible. They have random explosions blowing up for no reason. It's basically the plot follows her. She has a map that was written on her father's skull, but she skins off his top of his head, and she uses that as the map, and she actually keeps it in her crotch. I'm not kidding you. I'm not making this shit up. It's really, that's how the movie goes. This movie was dog shit. Sorry. You know, I bought this one just today. I had a $10 gift card to Target, and I immediately had to blow it. And I got Carlitos Way. Well, I didn't want the labor pains, I just wanted the baby. Anyway, it's got Sean Penn in it. You know, I'm not a huge fan of Sean Penn, but I find him interesting to watch. I don't know what the hell that's about. And I've never seen it before. I'm going to give it a try, and I figured the best way to try out a classic such as Carlitos Way was on Blu-ray. So, alright, we're going to move on to the DVDs. There's only 3 DVDs here today, and the first one I got is Basketball. And, you know, it's a bad movie. It really is a bad movie. But you know what? It's by the guys who created South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, and it's got Jenny McCarthy in it. I'm not going to go into the detail about the things I imagined with her, but just a great movie. I mean, the opening sequence of this movie, when they're in the one girl's mom's room and they find the, you know what I'm talking about. They lick it like a popsicle. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Anyway, I had to get the movie. I haven't watched it in a while, and it's got Chodo Boy in it, so... Next up, to complete my Disney collection of DVDs, I had to get Robin Hood. This is just a great classic Disney animated film, like 15 years since I've seen it, so... Hey, Ani! Next up, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, one of my favorite movies. It's got Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio. No, Gilbert, no! No, Gilbert, no! I'm gonna stop right there. But anyway, great movie. I mean, I can't say anything bad about this movie. I remember liking this when I was younger, and this was pretty much a dramatic film. I remember watching this on HBO back in like 1995, and just liking it since then. And, you know, it made me want to climb a water tower. Anyway, guys, I'm John with the Flick Pick channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.